Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. I hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right. First thing I am going to start the video off is I'm going to acknowledge that, yes, a lot of people are extremely bearish. I am well aware of this. Why? How do I just, so perfectly know that? Not only is my comment section just being flooded by haters, all right? I don't think I've ever had a day where I just see, like, across platforms, like 10 to 15 just hateful messages. I don't think I've seen it, all right? But I think I just saw it today. So I do know we are at a reversal point, all right? Why? Because everyone's on one side. Even the people that aren't, like, hating, they're still not bullish, all right, which means they're bearish. And what do we have right here? Extreme fear. What do we also have? We have the timeline of this fear and greed index, and guess what? We are at the same spot you bottomed at before. You got down to 16 and you bottomed. When did we get to 17 over here in October 2022? We got to 7. Wow, look at that, guys. We're bottoming in October again. Are we about to get a massive bottom put in? Oh, Jesus, the cycles, guys, the cycles. Either way, 17, extreme fear, October 11th. Let's just go back on the charts and let's see what happened on October 11th. Well, you bottomed 2 days before. And what happened the next 30 days from October 11th? You went up 13%. All right, 13% on an index is crazy, all right? But imagine being able to catch that because everyone and their mothers was just getting extremely bearish. And all you had to do was buy 20 to 30 days out. All right, guys? Everyone loves to hate on your boy Henry when he's slightly early on things. But you know what? Thank you. Thank you for sticking up for me in the comments. Because, yes, if you just give me time, I'm not going to guarantee that I'm going to be right. But I'd say this does happen. It's not frequent here on this channel. But I've been around here for quite some time now. And I've made some early calls. But guess what? All right? They've pretty much all played out, except for me just being bearish during QQQ's run-up over here, right? When we saw this going on right here, I think we had to break right here, 333. That's what we had to break. So from here to here, I just remained bearish. And I remember this vividly. I do. I do remember it. That was the only call that I could just say I was extremely wrong on. It never went my way, all right? There you go. But I'm just going to remind everyone here. Guess what, guys? We were open to the possibility of downside. Does anybody remember Mr. VIX? Does anybody remember discussing this in yesterday's video? Does anybody remember discussing Mr. VIX in the Saturday weekly update? No, nobody remembers that. Old Henry here was saying, oh, guys, if we get another sick, nasty dip down and we come close to this low, VIX is going to spike up and it's going to hit 2005 resistance. And it's going to have a super resistance as this just back testing your broken trend line here. And your RSI is also going to be above 65, which tells us it is likely going to start winding down. Oh, no one remembers that? Oh, well, don't worry. I remember, so I'll remind everyone, all right? Not everyone. I'm sure, the people who just weren't being jerks in the comments. Those people they probably remember this, all right? But for the people who just want the dog pile on Henry for the one day that, I'm not going to say I was wrong. I was taking today to ladder the heck in. Guys, I wasn't, getting heavy in. Guess what I did today? I got heavy in, all right? And guess what? If we get a dip down to where I think we are tomorrow, I'll go heavy in, all right? That's the plan. It might be another ladder in. And guess what? Birthday day today. Or not today. Tomorrow. Birthday. Well, it's today at 12. Well, tonight at 12. Maybe I get to ladder in on my birthday some more. All right. Honestly, I would love for us to just have a complete reversal and then like get paid on the birthday. Maybe we have like a plus 500,000 day. But guess what? Not 500,000, 500,000 if we just get moving and grooving. But guys, or we just get a sick nasty short squeeze, guys, or we just we move all the way up here to 433, and maybe we have like a $3,000 to $4,000 birthday. I don't know, but guys, I'm talking. If we get down to where I think we are tomorrow, which I think is likely at this current point in time, all right, because we're so close to it, all right. If guys, that's where you make the final buy. You make the final buy over here, and at that point, if you want to set your stop loss from that point, you could set your stop loss from that point. If you You want to continue buying a fallen knife, you can continue buying a fallen knife, but I'm gonna outline the Henry bull case in this video, and I'm gonna tell you guys it is a rather strong one, and I don't think anyone's really gonna deny it. If you're a bear, I'm gonna do my best to just to try and open you up here to why you're probably not gonna break down here. All right, you're probably not. And I hope you take a lot of those profits, just like, you know, supply zone right here. You take a lot of those profits. Well, guess what? You're coming into your demand zone. You take a lot of those profits. All right. That's just, you know, what you do. But yeah, guys. All right. We were open to the downside move. We got the downside move. Now let's go over the bear case here. All right. So we're going to put on the bear case and we're going to talk about Henry's bull case here. And I think the bull case is so much more convincing than the bear case. I'm going to be so honest with that before we even get into it. All right. Bear case going down. You had your first daily close outside of this rising wedge. These are perfect touch points. All right. You can use it with using this to make them. And guess what? You clearly had a nice touch point over here. It was being respected. You had another one right here. Guess what? You fell right through it. So you got your first daily close. That's bearish. All right. What do we also have? We have VIX right now, all the way up at 20. Is that the most bullish for things? No. All right. That means we have increased volatility. Less effort is required behind these moves, which means if the market wants to die tomorrow, it can with less effort than it would have when VIX was all the way down here at 13. All right. So that's bearish. What do we also have that's bearish? Well, IWM. All right. You have increasing volume on the sell-off right here. But I'd argue that this is bullish, but you could say you got a daily close under this. This is a weekly trend line though. So there's that. All right. What's also bearish, all right? QQ and SPY today, they did fall off of increasing volume. You got that going on. What else, guys? What else are you bearish about? Tell me. All right. Tell me in the comments. I would love to know. Please do things in a respectful manner. If I find that you are being rude, I have no problem with blocking you from the channel. I am done with just seeing people who are intentionally trying to bring me down. Just know, guys, if you are going to come on my channel and you are going to leave a comment that there's no other reason to leave one of these comments other than to make the person feel bad. If you are going to leave one of these comments, and I deem it one of these, because these comments, guys, there's no reason to say something like this unless you are intentionally trying to bring someone down. So if I deem you are doing that, I will 100% just block you, all right? I do not want to deal with you. And honestly, I wish YouTube would just let you not watch my videos because, guys, I do amazing work here on YouTube. And I can't say there is another channel like mine. All right. If you have another channel that is such as this, where you get the TA, you get the comic relief thrown in every single video, that's just my personality in there. It's no effort, no added effort there. All right. I got you. All right. But you got that. You have, I'm talking 9 out of 10 times. You're pretty spot on with TA. All right. Like directional moves, you're 9 out of 10 times. And guys, I'd say the 1 out of 10 times that I was wrong, it was over here, guys. Eventually, give me some time. Thank you for, sticking up for me in the comment section. It was the last comment I received. And I appreciate you. You've been on this channel long enough to know, guys, you just got to give me some time with these calls. If I make an early call, that you treat it as I'm getting you ready. All right. But, it's not financial advice you're finding here on this channel. Somehow there's no financial advice. I say it all the time on this channel. Somehow there's no financial advice given in this YouTube niche of ours, the stock market / index niche over here, even though everyone's just throwing out their opinion. And, guys, we are right a lot of the time here on this channel, but that is no reason to just sit there, taking it as financial advice. If you make a decision, don't get mad at someone else for something you did. Now, at the same time, I will also tell you, buying 20 to 30 days out, I said, I believe in yesterday's video, these are almost my exact words, it would be a great decision. That is my opinion. All right. I still stand by that. Anybody who had options and bought them yesterday, calls for 30 days out, the 11/3 expiration, 435 strike, 430 strike, whatever you wanted, 440 strike. Guys, you're not wrecked. All right. You're down like 20-25%. I don't know what to tell you. All right. Like, go look at the option chain. Anybody who was just short-term gambling on someone on YouTube, again, I'm going to bring it back to that was your decision. I don't know what to tell you. That was not even what I was saying would be a great decision. I don't know when this thing's going to actually turn up. And I gave a lot of, detail yesterday on to what to look for if SPY is to have another down day. What is that? VIX is going to spike up here to 20. It's going to hit back test this trend line right here. And then your RSI is going to be above 65. And that right there is going to signal that we are going to start looking for a top over here in VIX and then a bottom over there on SPY. Why? Because they move inversely to each other. VIX is directly tied to SPX's option chain. All right. And when VIX is at elevated levels, just know when VIX is up, bigger moves on SPY or SPX. When VIX is down, smaller moves on SPY or SPX. That's why I said that was a bearish factor, that VIX is elevated right now. You can have larger moves right now on VIX, but we can also have the same case to the upside. It's just that if you have a big move to the downside over here in SPY and VIX is like this, it just gets more explosive as it goes. So that's the risk over here with VIX. So if we're going to crash, because, that's what accelerates these things. The option chains, they really, they give it a boost there. But again, it's 99 to 1 right now, guys. You're either going to have a crash that happens so freaking, not often, it's ridiculous, or you're not. And if you're not going to crash, you're going to do what I'm going to point out right here. All right, guys, right here, you're about to break test on the weekly chart where you broke out from, and then you literally you retested it. You can see that clearly on the daily chart right here. All right, you popped above the sellers, took you back down for a higher low, came back above for a higher high, break and retest. All right here, if you are hard of seeing. There you go, break and retest. So we do know it's going to be a respected level. All right, it also is right around the high of this candlestick right here. All right, so we do know this zone here is going to be treated as your demand zone. We are very likely going to have buy orders in that zone. What do we also have? We're going to have the 200 DMA. So where are buy orders also going to be? Well, look at this. You hit it, big bounce. All right, broken retest, big bounce. All right, that's what I'm getting at right here. This reseller's at right here. This reseller's at right here, break and retest. That's where your buyers are going to be this time around because we're coming down into it. Now, we do have increasing volume on the day, and we did break this trend line support here. So I do think we're going to head down there tomorrow. I think that is the likely scenario. If they were to bring you up, I think it's going to be a false move. I think you're going to do something like this. And then you come down there and hit it probably the next day. All right, I'm not too sure about that one, but I think it would be very odd for us not to hit this. And now we are so close here to this previous support. Well, previous resistance flipped to support. Now we're so close to that breakout level. I think we're going to retest it. I think it's going to be big old break and retest on the weekly chart. And this could turn into a real sexy chart and go on with QQ real quick. Now, I just want to point out, QQQ cannot fall far if it wants to stay in this bull flag. So, guys, I think it's very likely that it's going to stay in the bull flag. All right, I drew it from that touch point to that one, to that one, did all of these bad boys. All right, and you can even bring it a little up if you want to connect it there, but I'm not. All right, QQ cannot come all the way down here to 348 if it wants to stay in here. It can if if it's going to still look good on the weekly because you still have a chance of recovery there. But we're going to need that rebound soon if this picture is to stay pretty dang stinking perfect to you, boy Henry. All right, what do we also got going on? IWM is currently at trendline support. All right, you broke down from this head and shoulders. I would say this is played out. All right, you're down here. This is a weekly trend line, so we could form a weekly hammer off this level. Your weekly RSI, guys, is at 38. That's what I'm saying. We're getting a really big downside move. Like, you're going to have a really big move to the upside. If this thing keeps accelerating to the downside, like, yeah, we could go a little further. You get the 400. This RSI is going to be all the way down here somehow, and then, you're going to get a boom. Biggest short squeeze you've seen since over here. All right. But yeah, guys, VIX, we're looking for a top over here, and because you got an inverse head and shoulders, you do. This is your neckline, the trend line. Well, not the trend line, the one I drew during this video, all right, right here. That is going to be your neckline. You break above there. Let's say you have another bearish day, and if you do not recover getting back underneath this thing by the end of the day, then yeah, maybe we see some more downside. I don't know. But I'm just going to say right now, all right, fear and greed index. Last time you saw this, it was 2 days before the bottom, over here 2 days before the bottom, October 16th, or not, October 12th. You had it at 16. All right, so we're just going to say that's when it got under 17. Well, let's come back over here. I'm pretty sure we already looked at this in the video, but October 11th right here. All right, that's when it hits 17. It got to 16 here, and that's where it bottomed. All right, and then the index the next day bottomed. All right, so 2 days later after it got to 17, you ended up bottoming. You did fall another $7. So I will be transparent on that one from the low of that candlestick. But guess what? If you just waited out a whole week, you would have caught a $20 move to the upside. If you waited out a whole 3 weeks, you would have caught an 10% move to the upside, a $35 move to the upside over here in SPY. Now, what was the other time you got down here? You got to 23. That was in March. All right. Well, what happened in March? March 13th. That was the date we just looked at. Well, guess what? Again, a week and a half later, just a week later, or 3 days later, 3 trading sessions, you caught a 4% move to the upside. Well, over here, you caught a 5.6% move to the upside, a $20 move to the upside within a week and a half. All right, then what happened 30 days later after you hit that low, which we're going to go back there. Well, guess what, guys? You ran 8.5%. What was the date over here when you hit 23? March 13th. All right, you hit that. Everybody was on one side of the trade. I got to eat my grinder before it gets cold. Guess what? You got a sick, nasty short squeeze. I think we have a sick, nasty short squeeze right around the corner. All right. I thought we were going to get a bigger pop here. That I did. I will admit that. All right. But guess what? I also told everyone we're bullish. All right. I think we started on that one. Then we were like, okay, these are the days, guys. Take the risk on, ladder into the positions. You scale out into the supply zone. What happened? We scaled out into the supply zone. All right. Maybe you guys didn't. I made sure I did. All right. You got to be doing that. Okay, because just like this is going to be a demand zone. Well, guess what? It was previous support. You had buyers stepping here, buyers stepping right here. Tried stepping in over here. You got a battle going on. Well, guess what? Buyers lost it. Now sellers are in control. That's where they pounce for a lower high if you were to come back into it, which you did. You gapped up into that. All right. Well, over here, guys, all right, we're coming into our demand zone. So I do think buyers are going to step up there, guys. So overwhelmingly, the charts do look bullish to me. I don't know how you could be really bearish on these charts. Look at DIA. Look where the RSI is. That was back in your September low. The IA bottomed before SPY and QQQ did, and IWM. All right, but like, guys, this is where you're putting in your bottoms. Even during these crashes, this is where you're putting in your bottoms. I don't know what to tell you, all right? 20 or 30 days out, maybe you suffer a little red. I don't know what to tell you, all right? If you're betting on what I expose, like my thoughts that I expose here in these videos and share, all right, if you're betting with short-term money here, with weeklies, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. That's not what I advise here on this channel. I think you're going to lose a lot of money doing that because, listen, I sprinkle these in every now and then. But even, like, guys, I had 2 October 6 calls. They died, all right? They just absolutely died on me, all right? And, yeah, I think I nailed short-term ones the other day, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's fine. Let me do it again. Except with, instead of 2 weeks, let's do 1 week. So I did that, and guess what? No, it didn't work. All right, so like that's what I'm saying. When I use them, I lose, and that's because it's pretty obvious to tell we are bottoming very soon here. All right, we are so very close. You're gonna have 1 or 2 more days down, and you're probably gonna get a pop, or you trade flat and put in a basing pattern. All right, which it could even be something like us just breaking above here, and you just boom, ugly double bottom. That's what I was calling out. I think in yesterday's video, we have the chance of putting in an ugly double bottom. We go down and make a divergent low, which I'm going to point out. IWM does have a divergent low as you come down and get this trend line support here. So that's something to take note of. DIA is just absolutely in the dumps in terms of the RSI. And just know, guys, we didn't, guys, like, I don't just rely on the RSI. We're just at such an extreme here, and this is my indicator of choice. And guess what? All right? I can very easily look back at what happens when you get here. If you're going to just sit here and say this means, like, I don't use anything in my TA, like some mean people in the comments, all right, which you guys, if you know you're mean, like, I don't know what to tell you, you got a problem. You shouldn't be mean to people, all right? Treat people how you want to be treated because, yeah, why would you want to be treated badly? It's just not, it's not right. Someone said I can't take criticism or something in the comments. Guess what, guys? I can take criticism. I've been here a long time. When you get 10 to 15 people just coming on and telling you like, hey, oh, you're wrong. Oh, you're wrong. No, I wasn't. This was clearly explained in the video, guys. I cover my TA on the video. I usually cover both scenarios. I usually have multiple scenarios and I tell you what to look out for. This, guys, we knew if we got to move lower on S&P 500, look for 20 on VIX. Gonna hit this trend line resistance. Your RSI is gonna be 60 above 65. We're probably about to top there. All right. That was it, guys. If we skyrocket above there tomorrow and we come all the way up here, you know, I was wrong about this VIX call. I was completely wrong. I'll admit it. All right, but guess what? We weren't even wrong. Yet I'm still getting just a crap ton of hate. All right, but like, give me constructive criticism when you just tell me I'm stupid and I don't pay attention to fundamentals. Which I don't. If anybody doesn't know about the fundamental situation going on, I don't know what to tell you. You probably shouldn't even be trading in the market if you're just, you know. But it's been so obvious what's going on for a very long time now that I don't know what to tell you guys. If you haven't been seeing it, then guess what? You weren't around in the market for like, you know, two years now. Like, what, dude? Like, you got to be paying attention to this stuff. Like, I'm not saying you have to pay attention, but there's no way you have been in the market for 2 years as this is all taking place and you haven't seen. All right, guys, things are just, you know, this is what everyone's freaking out about. I'm just going to tell you right now, you have a bearish divergence over here on DXY. All right, the 10-year. What do we have over here? You have this RSI all the way at 77 right now, and the weekly RSI is absolutely in panic mode. All right, this is where you have put in all of your tops once you got into overbought territory. Can it take some time? Yeah, it can. All right, but you know, I think what we're seeing over here on SPY, if we're not going to get a crash, we're going to get a pretty sweet rally. I think all of these things are probably going to reverse, and that's just how I'm looking at things. And that's, like I said, guys, it's just my opinion you're going to find here on these channels. Or not these channels, these videos. Sorry, I'm tired and just got home. All right, guys, so I think we're going to finish things off with that. I think we covered pretty much everything. QQ is still on a pretty sexy looking bull flag. SPY, all right, I understand, but take away this. And does the picture become pretty clear to what I'm seeing? All right, even if it's going to go lower after this, it's still probably going to get this move. Or it's at least going to get this move. It's 430. 430, I think 438 is more likely at this point. Or you just, you know, have a full on from there to there. You get a, before another leg low, you're probably going to go into the golden pocket, which is 440, you know, 0.5 to 446. That would be a nice move to catch, all right? And I'm talking 20, 30 days. Tune has not changed, all right? But to be clear, I do think you'd go down tomorrow. I'm going to be pretty clear on that. So to conclude this video, guys, I am still bullish, all right? I'm not a perma bull. I'm doing what I did in this video. I'm pointing out the obvious here, all right? And like, guess what? March, you literally bottomed when you had this many people on one side. October, you literally bottomed when you got this many people on one side, all right? I don't know what to tell you if you are going to remain on the bear side. You're probably not going to like how things go in the coming weeks. And if you're just going to take it to the comments and leave some mean comments, oh, you're wrong, you're going to say da-da-da. Oh, you don't pay attention to the fundamentals. Oh, you're so bad. Oh, all you do is look at the charts. I do like just looking at the charts because the charts don't lie to me, all right? And yeah, if you're going to be one of those people, please just take a moment and just exit the channel, all right? Or leave your comment and I'll gladly block you. I will no longer be replying to the hating comments, all right? Because you know what? They didn't make me feel good today. And I don't think it's not constructive criticism. It's literally just, it's criticism. And it's like, why am I going to expose this? I'm an idiot if I expose myself to this. That's how I see it. I'm like, oh, all right? Like, you're literally just being stupid. You're being a moron. If you know how to stop something, and you don't stop it, you're doing yourself a disservice. All right. With that being said, I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.